Hey everyone, Brian Stevenson here. Hope you're all doing well, and congratulations. We all survived a very busy July month end, and during that time, I actually celebrated a champagne birthday. So I turned 30 on the 30th, starting to officially feel old, and thanks to friends and family, I managed to have a pretty good balance between working hard and having some good celebration time as well, of course, in a safe manner. Today I wanted to talk about something that I'm seeing quite a bit in the markets, not just recently, kind of over the course of the last few years for sure, but just as it's a good reminder for a recent situation that had come up, and that's with respect to involving parents in the purchase of a property, especially when you're dealing with first-time home buyers. So oftentimes when you are looking to have clients who have never been in the market before get into the market, lenders require that parents either appear as guarantors or co-signers, and we talked about the difference in a previous video, but in this example, we're talking about a requirement where there are a co-signing requirement. They have to appear on title as purchasers of the property, and they have to have an ownership interest, that being the parents. So I tried to actually talk this through in a previous version of this video, but it didn't go very well, and I think you needed some visual aids when it comes to what we're talking about. So I went ahead and created something pretty simple. So essentially, the situation that we have here is I want you to look at this as the 100% ownership being split out four ways. So 25%, 25% held by the two parents in this example, and then 25% and 25% held by, let's say, their daughter and the spouse of that daughter, okay? So when you're looking at structuring the title for the property, what I want to show here is that there is a separate kind of way that ownership will be held as between the parents and as between the daughter and her spouse, and that's through joint tenancy. That's what the little JT tries to stand for. So with joint tenancy, the key thing to remember is that you have what's known as the right of survivorship. So with the right of survivorship, in the event that one of these individuals were to pass away, then that 25% interest would flow automatically over to the surviving individual, remaining as a 50% whole that is held by, let's just say, the mom outlived the dad. So now mom holds 50% interest in the property. What's important here is that if mom were to pass away, we have this kind of dividing line between the two sets of interests with TIC standing at the top, and that's tenants in common. So what that means is if dad passes away, mom gets everything, it gets his interest. If mom then passes away, the tenants in common distinction means that there's no right of survivorship as between these two groups. So mom passes away with that 50%, her estate planning kicks in, and the flow of that ownership interest is governed by her will. So that's important to keep in mind, because when we're doing these types of transactions, how you structure the ownership interest will have an impact on not just you purchasing the property, which I know is everyone's priority, at least as far as these videos are concerned, but it's an important thing to be mindful of when you're working with your clients to kind of give that value add and talk to them about the impact that'll have on their estate planning. Similarly, over here for, let's just assume, well, they will be younger individuals who are purchasing their first property, estate planning may not seem like something that is a real priority or something to consider. And for most people at that stage, it's not something that they're going to think is very important, but we need to make sure that they understand the impact of ownership and how things are being held. So maybe we need to make sure there's a conversation between the kids and the parents in terms of what happens with the parents' interest if they pass away. Is that flowing over to kid and spouse, or what's happening with that? Or are the kid and spouse suddenly going to be on title with another sibling because of the way the estate plan was drawn up? Similarly, if the kids were to pass away, is everything going to parents? How's that going to work? So just things to talk about with your clients, and of course not your area of expertise, but if you're mindful of these things, then you're able to at least flag and then have them talk to the appropriate professional, in which case I'm happy to help them with that kind of stuff. But again, just trying to be able to add some value to your clients and have a bit more of a robust understanding when you're talking about how ownership can be split. I hope that all makes sense. If anyone wants to talk about that, please let me know. Hope you all have a great day. I'm always available for questions. Please feel free to reach out. Talk soon. See ya.